My cherished and protective Cancer souls, welcome back to Zodiac of Mind, the sacred harbor where we anchor ourselves in the cosmic tides to illuminate the profound truth of your beautiful path. I want you to come closer, not just with your mind, but with that deep, nurturing heart that feels the entire world as if it were the family you are destined to protect. Have you felt it? Within the sanctuary you call home, a strange tide has begun to pull, turning the comfort of your cherished nest into something unfamiliar, something charged with an unseen emotional current. It is as if the very foundations of your sacred shell have begun to shift, not with violence, but with a deep, resonant ache, a whisper from the universe that a truth is rising to the surface, a truth so powerful it could gently yet irrevocably change the world you have so lovingly built. But remember this, my dear Cancer. The universe never allows a foundation to shift without offering a divine treasure in its place. Perhaps after this sacred tremor, you will discover that what you feared was loss is in fact the very key to unlocking a hidden room of abundance your soul has been waiting to call home. If this message is already beginning to stir the deep waters of your heart, seal this connection with us now. Let a like on this video be your sacred promise to the universe that you are open to its wisdom. Share this message so its gentle light may find another Cancer soul navigating these same tides. And if you have not yet subscribed to Zodiac of Mind, let it be a sacred pact between us, a promise that you will never miss a single divine message meant to guard and guide you. Please, I would be so honored if you would share the name of a person who has always felt like home to you in the comments below. Let us fill this space with the energy of our soul families. And now come with me, my dear friend. Let us step together into the first chapter of this profound story. The chapter where your home begins to reveal the secrets your heart has long protected. Cancer, have you ever sat in the quiet stillness of your own home and felt a sudden chill, as if a memory from the past had just walked through the room? Perhaps a pipe begins to leak for no reason, or a treasured photograph falls from the wall, and you dismiss it as a simple household problem. But let me whisper a profound truth to you. For a soul as sensitive as yours, your home is not merely a structure of wood and stone. It is the outer layer of your heart. Those disturbances are not random. They are the quiet, insistent echoes of your own soul, a signal that the time has come for a deep emotional cleansing to begin within the sanctuary you guard so fiercely. I have always believed that a home for a soul as nurturing and porous as yours is a living, breathing emotional vessel. Every creak in the floorboards, every draft that slips under the door is a direct reflection of the emotional currents held deep within your spirit. Do you see it now? When your heart holds on to too many old sorrows, too many unspoken resentments, too many memories that have not been released, your home becomes heavy too. The air can grow thick with the ghosts of yesterday, and the walls themselves seem to quietly absorb the immense weight of a past that has not been forgiven. And so, this shift that is coming, this sudden gentle disturbance, it is not here to shatter your world. It has been sent by the cosmos to remind you that it is time for the light to finally reach the rooms you have kept locked for so long. It is a divine invitation for fresh air to rush in, for both the inner and outer spaces of your life to be cleansed of all that has become stagnant and emotionally draining. I once knew a Cancer woman who lived in the house she grew up in, a home that held the echoes of a lifetime of her caregiving. Every room was a shrine to a memory, a time she had put everyone else's needs before her own. Every closed closet was filled not with clothes, but with the heavy energy of burdens she had carried for others. One day, a persistent leak began in the ceiling, dripping slowly at first, then more steadily right over the worn armchair where she always sat her day. No matter how many times she had it patched, the water found a way through. At first, she wept with a frustration that shook her to her core, believing her own home was turning against her. Yet one quiet afternoon, as she watched the steady drip, she understood. The house was weeping with her. It was reflecting the unshed tears she had held inside for years. In that sacred moment, she realized her home wasn't being destroyed. It was asking to be healed, just like her heart. Cancer. What is the lesson here? Sometimes, What we call a problem is merely the unseen hand of the divine, gently pointing to the wound that needs our attention. A crack in the foundation is not there to frighten you, but to show you where the old pain is stored, so you can finally release it and build anew. Sometimes we must see the physical manifestation of our inner sorrow to remember that inside, a heart has never truly stopped longing for peace. A soul has never ceased to yearn for the comfort of a true, unburdened sanctuary. Your home is not only made of bricks and mortar. It is the place where your soul is held protected, nurtured, and yes, sometimes tested. The changes that are now occurring within your house are direct reflections of the profound changes stirring within your heart. And if the universe allows the pipes to leak and the walls to ache, it is because it wishes for you to awaken. It wishes for you to see that your sacred space must be cleansed to welcome a new magnificent chapter of your life. I want you to pause for just a moment. Close your eyes. Feel the gentle, protective energy of the space you are in right now. Hear the quiet hum of its existence. And now feel your own heartbeat falling into rhythm with the quiet, insistent pulse of the universe. Do you see? This mystery does not come to threaten you. It arrives to free you from what no longer belongs, to release you from the emotional dust of a past that was never truly yours to carry alone. Perhaps you once thought your house was only a shelter from the world, but in truth, it is a mirror of your soul's journey. If that mirror now shows a flaw, it is because your spirit is yearning to break free from its old reflections from the bonds of who you once were. So do not be afraid. Do not cling to the sorrowful memories in the walls. Trust that in each and every disturbance, the universe is sending you a message, a divine whisper. My child, it is time to release. It is time to let the healing in, and you must know these tremors are only the beginning. Beyond them lies not only the transformation of walls and foundations, but the profound metamorphosis of the soul within you. Your heart has for so long needed more space for joy, space for security, and space for the miracles that are now ready to cross your threshold. Yet what will appear after the cleansing, the universe holds just beyond the veil of memory, a gift meant only for you. There are days, my dear Cancer, when you awaken in the familiar comfort of your home, believing that your carefully constructed world is safe and secure. But then it arrives, a piece of news, an unexpected bill, a sudden conflict within your family that has the power to shake your entire sanctuary. In that moment, your heart begins to pound, your stomach tightens, and it feels as if the very floor beneath your feet is turning to water, threatening to pull you under. You ask the heavens, why? Why is this happening in the one place I am supposed to be safe? But listen. Listen closely to the whispers of the universe, to the divine intelligence that guides your path. This is not a punishment. This is a sacred tide from the cosmos designed to pull away the old debris so that something new and beautiful can wash ashore. I once sat with a Cancer man in his backyard on a crisp autumn day. He had just lost the job he had held for 20 years, the very foundation of his identity as a provider and protector for his family. He was devastated, convinced he had failed, that his ability to create security had been irrevocably broken. He felt exposed, his shell completely shattered. But only months later, after the initial panic subsided, he discovered a hidden talent for woodworking in his own garage. He started small, making furniture for his own home. Soon, friends and neighbors were asking for pieces. From the ashes of his corporate career, a new passion was born, one that allowed him to work from home, to be present with his family, and to build a more authentic and lasting security with his own two hands. Cancer, I want you to hold this truth in your heart. I believe that what so often looks like a devastating loss is actually the universe's sacred way of clearing the path for a more aligned life to emerge. Some walls must come down so that you may finally see the gentle moonlight that has always been waiting to guide you. There are certain securities that must be stripped away with an undeniable force before you discover the unshakable security that has always lived within your own heart. And there are shocks in life that at first make you feel utterly vulnerable, yet they are the very seeds of a miracle planted deep within the fertile soil of your soul's fear. Think of the times in your past when you were forced to let go of something you were clinging to with all your might? Do you remember how your heart ached with anxiety, how you felt utterly adrift? And yet, do you also remember that it was in that very moment of surrender that a strange, inexplicable resilience rose up from within you, carrying you forward, forcing you to find a new shore, a shore you would never have been courageous enough to seek without that divine storm? It is the energy of the moon card in the tarot. Things that were hidden in the darkness come to light, and you must navigate by intuition, not by sight. In confusion, there is clarity. In vulnerability, the seed of true strength always waits. I know that loss for your tender heart always feels like a personal failure. But remember, sometimes loss is liberation. What is being taken from you is not meant to destroy you, but to return to you a sacred space, a space that can now be filled with a more authentic, more heart-centered security. It is like a closet that has become too full of old coats that no longer fit. Only when you finally empty it out can you see the space to hang something new, something that truly reflects who you are now. This is true for the relationships around you as well. Perhaps someone has taken your kindness for granted. Perhaps they have made you feel unsafe even within the walls of your own home. But take heart, for the universe is the ultimate protector of its nurturers. The divine sees everything, and a quiet cosmic justice is always at work. Those who have disturbed your peace will inevitably find their own foundations beginning to crumble. You do not need to fight back. You do not need to build your walls higher. For a soul like yours, sometimes your quiet withdrawal of energy is the most powerful boundary of all. Cancer, within you, I sense a strength that is as gentle as the tide, yet powerful enough to shape coastlines. You may think you are being broken, but in truth you are being reshaped. You may believe your home is under threat, but it is simply the universe clearing away the old stagnant energies to welcome a new divine sense of peace. And you may feel that you have lost something precious, but right now the cosmos is whispering to you. You are about to receive what has always and truly been yours. Hold on to your faith. Let the divine tides of the universe wash away the last lingering fragments of anxiety that have been clinging to your heart. For what is coming is not chaos, but opportunity. A new foundation is being laid in the very place where you once felt the ground shake, where you once thought you would fall forever. What seems like a painful ending is in fact the secure beginning you have been praying for. Cancer, close your eyes and whisper this with me. I accept this change as part of the sacred plan. I believe that loss is only making space for a greater security. I open my heart for the divine peace to enter. Seal this faith with a like. Share this message so that another Cancer soul may be comforted by its light, and subscribe as a sacred soul covenant that we will always walk this path together. And then in the profound stillness that follows the storm, you will see the miracle shimmering as it comes into being. Do you wish to know what shape that magnificent blessing will take? After the shifting days, my dear Cancer, after the shock that seemed to threaten everything you held dear, a new light begins to filter through the windows of your home. At first, you may not even notice it, for your own heart still feels tender, still hesitates, wrapped in the protective layers of anxieties that are not yet fully calmed. But then a gentle and undeniable stream of warmth begins to fill the rooms, slipping through the very spaces that once felt so vulnerable. And in that light, you feel something being placed gently into your hands. A gift, an abundance, a divine blessing that has been long prepared for you by the universe itself. I believe with every fiber of my being that not a single one of your nurturing acts has ever gone unnoticed. Every quiet sacrifice you have made, every meal you have cooked with love, every tear you have wiped from another's cheek has been recorded in the great unseen cosmic ledger. There were countless moments when you felt your efforts were invisible, your deep well of caring taken for granted. But in truth, every quiet prayer for another's well-being, every act of compassion, every ounce of worry you endured became a sacred offering rising straight to the heavens. And now that energy is returning to you, it is not returning in the form you might have expected, but as a golden warmth filling the heart of your home, awakening the seeds of security that had lain dormant for so long. Cancer, this blessing is not arriving from nowhere. It is the direct and karmic reward for your soul's profound devotion. Perhaps it will manifest as an unexpected financial windfall, appearing like a hidden treasure chest washed ashore after a storm. Perhaps it will be a career opportunity that allows you to work from home, creating the perfect balance you have always craved. Or perhaps it will be a long-delayed act of appreciation, a heartfelt thank you from someone you once tirelessly and selflessly supported. But however it arrives, know that each manifestation is a divine sign that the universe has never ever forgotten its caretakers. Remember, for a soul like yours, money is only one small part of the blessing. It is a symbol of security. More important is the profound sense that you are reclaiming a peace of mind that was once lost. Like the full moon casting its gentle silver glow upon the surface of a calm sea, this light is not only here to be admired. It is here to remind you with undeniable certainty that the chaos has never truly overcome you. Every act of perseverance, every step you have taken in quiet devotion has paved the way for this peace, for this renewal of stability, for this sacred awakening and return to yourself. I once met a Cancer man in his 60s. He told me that after a painful divorce, his home had become a hollow place of silence and a biting chill of loneliness. He truly believed he had lost his family, his purpose, his everything. But one day, his estranged daughter called him, asking for his help with her new baby. From that tiny, seemingly simple request, a new flow of energy opened in his life, bringing with it not only the laughter of a grandchild, but also the profound feeling that he was needed again, that he was still the patriarch, still seen by the universe as a source of comfort and love. Do you see? The cosmos does not take from you simply to abandon you. It takes only so that you may have your arms free to receive something infinitely more precious. Perhaps right now you cannot see clearly where your own blessing lies, but I can see the cosmic cards revealing a brighter picture for you. I see the return of a full pantry, a warm hearth, a sense of deep, unshakable peace. I see a golden key falling gently into the palm of your hand, shining not only with the luster of wealth, but with the profound light of the security that the universe has ordained for you. And I see in your beautiful eyes the glow of contentment rising once again, even though it seemed to have been extinguished long ago. Cancer, allow yourself to receive. You have grown so accustomed to giving, to worrying, to nurturing others while leaving your own well dry. But now is the time to open your hands and be given back to. I want you to receive not with suspicion or with guilt, but with a deep and heartfelt gratitude. I want you to receive this blessing not as if it were a stroke of luck, but as a sacred recognition that you have protected the right things, you have persevered against all odds, and you have never truly abandoned your own loving heart. And that security, that divine warmth will spread from you to your family, to those loyal souls who have weathered the storm beside you. Whisper this with me now. I know that the universe always sees my devotion. I believe every act of love I have given is recorded. I open my heart to receive my abundance, to receive this divine security, to receive this new peace and this profound comfort. Seal this with a like, share it so another Cancer may see the blessing that is arriving for them too, and subscribe as a sacred soul covenant that we will walk together on this magnificent journey with no one left to walk alone. But remember, Cancer, this security is only a part of the story. It is the foundation for a gift that is far, far greater, a gift not measured in dollars or cents, but in the unmistakable warmth of the heart. Stay with me, for what I am about to reveal next is the arrival of something truly wondrous called love. In the sacred quiet that follows the receding tide, Cancer, when your house has trembled and then has fallen, still another sound begins to arise. It is not the rattling of old windows. It is not the creak of settling foundations. It is a gentle, rhythmic heartbeat, a soft knock. It is the unmistakable feeling that someone is standing just outside your door, carrying something you had never dared to imagine you would feel again. It is not just a person, it is a soul. It is a deep, fated connection. It is the return of love. I believe that true destined love never arrives at the wrong time. It is not for you to desperately nurture another broken soul only to find yourself falling back into the old patterns of overgiving and emotional exhaustion. No, a true, unconditional, soul-deep love only appears when your own home, both inner and outer, is finally ready to welcome it. It arrives when you have learned through the quiet, solitary days how to nurture and protect yourself first. It comes only when you have learned to release the ghosts of past heartaches. It is then and only then that love enters, not to need you, not to be saved by you, but to build a shared sanctuary with the whole being you already are, your boundless compassion, your divine loyalty, and the quiet, unshakable strength you once thought you had lost forever. Cancer, remember this: after the disappointments and the losses you have endured, you will never love in the old way again. Once you may have loved like a torrential rain, giving everything of yourself to make something else grow, even if it left you empty. But now you are awake. You know that love is no longer about one-sided caretaking. It is about the sacred meeting of two equal and whole souls. You will now choose someone worthy of your devotion, someone who not only receives the brilliant warmth of your spirit, but who also gives back shelter, who gives back the profound safety your soul so deeply needs. I remember speaking with a Cancer woman in her 50s. She told me that after years of caring for a partner who never truly cared for her back, her heart had become a locked room in an empty house. She had promised herself with a conviction born of deep pain that she would never give her keys to anyone again. And yet, on an ordinary day, a new neighbor moved in next door. He simply offered to help her carry in her groceries. It was just a small act of kindness, a gentle, unassuming smile, and a conversation that flowed with effortless comfort. But that simple act of receiving care awakened the faith within her that had lain asleep for so long. From that seemingly chance encounter, a quiet, genuine love blossomed. It was not dramatic or demanding. It was steady and reliable. It was safe. She said to me with tears of gratitude in her eyes, I realized love was never the enemy. My inability to receive it was. A heart that was once guarded can still open, my dear Cancer. And it is the light of the universe that will now send you someone who cherishes every single room of your magnificent soul. This person will not be afraid of your moods. They will not be intimidated by the power of your emotions. They will see you not through the hard shell you once wore for protection, but through the true, authentic light that shines from the very core of your being. Let your heart soften, dear Cancer. Do not keep it locked for fear of more pain, for the love that the universe is bringing to you this time is not a burden. It is a place of rest. It is a sanctuary of being cherished. Allow yourself to step outside of your shell, to answer the gentle knock at your door. Believe that this is the moment the universe wants you to receive, not only to give. And then you will see that love is no longer like a raging storm that threatens your roof. It will be like a gentle, warm fire in the hearth, a flame that is just warm enough to remind you that you are not and have never truly been alone. You have waited for so long, you have lost faith so many times. But now your heart is about to be reborn, to be cradled in a love that is true and lasting. Write this down as an affirmation for your soul. I am worthy of a love that feels like home. I open my heart to welcome the one sent to me by the light of the universe. And if you feel within your chest a different rhythm, a quiet magnetic pull, trust that it is the sign of the cosmos drawing you closer to the one who is destined to build a life beside you. Seal this faith with a like. Share it so another Cancer may find this hope. And subscribe as a covenant of the soul, a promise that your love will never be lost in this world again. And right here, this journey opens into a new beginning, the moment your house truly becomes a home. But do you know, Cancer, that love is only the prelude? Ahead in the silence and the light, a profound prayer from your soul is about to be answered by the universe. And that is the journey we will step into in our sacred conclusion. And so, my dear Cancer, it is time to close today's sacred journey with a final holy whisper. The shock you endured was never meant to break you. It was sent to cleanse the sacred space of your soul. The cracks that once appeared in your walls are no longer marks of ruin. They are now the very places where the divine light of the cosmos has sealed them with gold. And do you see that light not only fills the physical rooms of your home, but it also shines into the deepest chambers of your heart? Where once there were old wounds, now there is healing growing slowly and surely through the warmth of a destined love and the unwavering security of the universe. I believe that not one of your tears has ever fallen in vain. Every time you cared too much, every lonely night you spent worrying was preparing you to receive blessings far greater than what was lost. Trust that loss is never an ending. It is simply the universe's way of clearing out the clutter, so that true joy and lasting peace may have a place to sit and stay. Beloved Cancer, you deserve a home that is full of laughter. You deserve a sacred space where your heart can finally rest, where love is no longer a source of anxiety, but a gentle reminder of the presence of the divine in your life. A heart that was once broken can and will feel safe again. And today you have heard that sacred calling. Remember to whisper these words to yourself each day. Today I open my home to miracles. I trust the sacred plan of the universe. I am grateful and I am ready to receive all the comfort that truly belongs to me. Seal this with a final, like a declaration of your faith. Share this message so that its healing light may spread far and wide. And subscribe as a covenant of the soul, a promise that you are never ever alone on this journey. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. I pray that your beautiful Cancer heart will always be healed, will always be filled with abundance, and will always shine with its unique, gentle light, even through the darkest of nights. May your days ahead be filled with a profound and lasting peace, a love that nurtures your soul, and the quiet, wondrous miracles you so richly deserve.